Today we're going to talk about winning legal strategies for landlords. I'm going to break that down into 5 categories. There will be advertising and screening, documenting the relationship, avoiding conduct-based losses, creating winning litigation strategies, and the business of being a landlord. When we're looking at the first category, advertising and screening, I want to make sure that you're accurately describing the property. Whatever you have, make sure that you don't overstate it. Could lead to a fraud claim later on. Use legal criteria that informs any prospective applicant of what it is that's going to be expected of them in order to be able to successfully survive the screening process. I want you to establish solid screening procedures, whether you do those on your own or through a screening company. And whatever you do, don't discriminate. Once you establish the landlord-tenant relationship, or in the process of doing so, I want to make sure that you document that properly. Utilize forms that you procure from a reputable source. Utilize rental agreements and addendums and notices and everything that are the best available to you. Fill them out correctly, and whatever you do, document, document, document. Avoid conduct-based losses. During the course of the relationship, the documents themselves can help you avoid the conflicts. Understand the habitability laws on both sides of the coin. There are habitability laws for landlords and tenants' duty statutes that apply to the same thing. Know when and how to enter the premises and how not to unlawfully enter premises. Learn how to properly serve notices. Know what's in the Oregon Residential Landlord-Tenant Act and know how not to violate the Fair Housing Act. I also want you to create winning litigation strategies. Sounds strange, but this is a very litigious area of business. Eviction actions require good, solid notices. I want those to be correct. You have to serve those correctly. If you're involved in collection actions, I want to make sure you're utilizing final accounting so that way those don't come back and haunt you. Photograph stuff, videotape, have receipts. Make sure that everything's well documented before you file your collection action. Be prepared to defend against the tenant's claims. Want to make sure that you've complied with the Oregon Residential Landlord-Tenant Act and that you have good, solid, detailed records. Whatever you do, remember that you're in the business of being a landlord. Understand the rules of the game. We've talked about the Oregon Residential Landlord-Tenant Act. We've talked about the Fair Housing Act. But other things such as zoning and building codes, those things can affect your ability to even rent out property that you may own. Join great landlord organizations. In no particular order, there's the Multifamily Northwest and the Rental Housing Association of Greater Portland, both outstanding organizations and highly recommend both. Attend seminars. I teach about 4 or 5 a month. They're great opportunities to learn something that you may never have heard about before. The second part of being in the business of being a landlord is managing your risk. I want to make sure that you have good, solid insurance covering all foreseeable risks, and consider which ownership entity you want to utilize. You can certainly own your property on your own, but you may want to put that into an LLC or corporation in order to shield the liability that attaches to the asset itself away from your personal assets. Expect there to be challenges. If you go into this business not expecting challenges, you have the wrong mindset. Make good fiscal decisions. At the end of the day, you're in the business of being a landlord. You want as much money left in your pocket as you possibly can keep. And have the best attorney on your side. That may become very important in the future. And therefore, if you do have any other questions pertaining to today's topics, please don't hesitate to contact us.